Hello, my name is Cameron Hall, and I play the tuba. Programs like SOPA are incredibly important because a lot of underrepresented groups, still to this day aren't quite meeting, the diversity that I'm sure some orchestras would want. And it's really important that, we give everybody a fair shot because in years past that hasn't been the case. So programs like SOPA that really try to highlight our diversity and to be able to highlight some of the people that might not get a fair shot is really, really valuable, and I'm very appreciative for that opportunity. SOPA has been incredibly valuable because it's taught me to learn how to manage my time between classes and things I want to do in my personal life, managing relationships while also learning how to maintain a schedule when you're working up an audition. And it's really important that you get those experiences before you take a lot of auditions so you know how to manage your time and be able to reflect and take care of yourself in the process so you're not overworking. And a thing like this where you're competing against sometimes people or people you might recognize, it's not as daunting as something might be if you're competing in an international competition or something that's really a high stakes job. I'm very excited to connect with some of the larger orchestras in the United States because that's a good way to build connections and to network with people that you may be familiar with, but it's a good way to get your name out there and get people to hear you playing and be able to say, hey, I really like the way that guy sounds, and be able to work with him in the future. And of course, that's just been a dream of mine. As long as I've been playing the tuba, I've always wanted to be in an orchestra, be in a band. So just to be able to say that I was a part of something that special would be really, really, really cool to me. Well, I'd definitely say give it a try. You never know. It's a really, really great experience. I'm here in Detroit, and I've been loving it so far. It's a little cold, but it's a great place to be, and everyone is so friendly and so kind, and it's a really good experience for those who are working up auditions for grad schools or even for orchestras, bands. It's a great way to be able to learn how to take an audition. Something that I noticed as a child when I would go to the Atlanta Symphony or I saw a Dallas Winds concert when I was in middle school is just a lot of sections kind of have, a lack of diversity, which isn't inherently, a bad thing, but it's always good to just look at someone and realize that you can do what they do, and it's a little difficult when you don't look like them. And I noticed that from a young age. Every band that I saw, every orchestra, brass quintet usually has, a male tuba player, white male tuba player, in which they are phenomenal. And I've known a lot of tuba players who I take a lot of inspiration from. My teacher is incredible. All the people I've studied with are incredible. But it's really, it reflects a lot on children to see people in a position of power that they can look up to, that they feel like they have something in common with. So I hope that if I'm sitting on an orchestra stage, there might be 20 kids out there that are 3 foot tall that are like, hey, I want to play the tuba, that guy's playing the tuba. So I hope that in that sense that I can really have a profound impact on how people perceive orchestras and how it's not this far-fetched goal that it might seem at first.